What's up, guys? I'm gonna start a new series on my YouTube channel called Sales Hacks for Contractors. So I'm gonna show you my best tips and tricks when it comes to closing profitable construction projects. So this is one of the first videos. This is probably the first video in the Sales Hacks for Contractors playlist, which you can find on my YouTube channel. If you go to like my homepage and look at my playlists, let's dive right in. Okay, so if you're a contractor, you know that sealing the deal on profitable construction projects can actually be really difficult. It's not a walk in the park. You gotta meet the client. You have to analyze the drawings. You have to estimate the project. You have to craft a beautiful proposal. Then what do? What if the client ghosts you? How do you handle this kind of stuff? What is the next step? My number one hack for sealing the deal on profitable construction projects, this is the secret sauce, folks. Follow-up. That's right. Good old-fashioned follow-up can be the number one game changer when it comes to actually sealing the deal on your next construction project. So after your meetings with them, after you present the proposal to them, you want to continue to engage with them and show your interest without being annoying, providing value to them and consistent follow-up, which keeps you on the top of their mind. Weeks later, months later, even years later sometimes, I can't tell you how many times those snoozed emails that I then said, hey, like, how's this project looking? Like stuff like that turned into profitable construction projects. Just because I showed interest and had the wherewithal to follow up or set myself a Siri reminder or snooze an email to then follow up with that prospect and boom, turn them into a client. Okay, so picture this. You present your proposal. The vibes were good. You had a great connection with the client. You walk out of the meeting. Is it time to bust out the champagne? Not yet, because you haven't sealed the deal. You have to follow up with the prospect to turn them into a client. Only once the deal is sealed, the champagne can be popped. Your part is not done at that moment. So when you're trying to sell and land construction projects, it's not like speed dating where you just throw your quotes into the wind and you hope for the best. This is a long-term relationship building activity. The construction industry is a long-term approach. You know, a lot of these projects, there's city approvals, there's drawings that need to be done. You know, if you're doing design build, you have a lot more of an in with the client and you can exchange value quicker, you know, by getting that design contract. So it's all about building trust over a long period of time so you can get that yes, that signature on your construction contract. And I'm going to do a future video on this, but it doesn't stop there, but you have to check that out in a future Sales Hacks for Contractors. What to do in the first 72 hours coming up soon. By doing this, you really show that you're investing yourself into their needs as the client, not just self-serving contractor, you know, that's just concerned about their pocket or their time or their bottom line, stuff like that. You're concerned about the client's needs. When you follow up, you're really saying you're following up with value. So here are some tips that will help you follow up with value for your clients. You could just personally touch them with maybe an article that you see or that you've written. That would be even better. A specific issue that they need to have addressed. Or maybe you can find a material, like maybe there's an HVAC unit that you have access to. You can get in half the time that they need on their project. Maybe there's a piece of equipment that they need that you have an in with an equipment supplier. You can go ahead and just send them the contact and just hook them up with this equipment supplier as an example to massively provide value. You know, maybe some case studies on some past projects that you've completed that are similar to theirs that really kind of articulate and show how you were able to help past clients with some of their same issues. And really, you're going to start building some trust and some rapport by doing this. So imagine you're the client, right? Put yourself in their shoes and they're getting 3 or 4 other bids or 2 or 3 or whatever. Imagine the other contractors, the other 2 guys just send their quote and hope for the best and don't really follow up, don't help them out at all. But you, the star of the show, you're sending them these articles, you're sending them these case studies, you're sending them the equipment that they need, whatever, stuff like that. Value, you're providing value to them. Who do you think they're going to trust more? So the one who stays top of mind wins the prize. So on these projects that take a long time to evolve, a consistent kind of nudge, not being annoying. You have to balance this, but if you're consistently providing value, and if they say, look, like we're a year away, like don't email them every single week, give it some time, you know, give it a month and a half and then snooze the email, set a reminder, whatever you got to do, whatever works for you, you know, to follow up with them with value at the right time without being annoying. But these gentle nudges, these follow-ups can really reignite like a dying conversation, potentially. You can kind of breathe some life into a prospect that may not have hired you until you followed up and they're like, oh yeah, thank you so much for following up. Actually, we are thinking about doing this project and where do I sign? So the more touch points that you have with with the prospect, that is going to equal more opportunities. It's going to equal more of an opportunity percentage. Every time you touch them, you get further and further, closer and closer towards your ultimate goal of them trusting you enough to sign a contract with you, with your construction company. So the construction industry is super competitive. So level up with this sales hack for you as a contractor. Don't skip the follow-up and just try it out and see how much more successful you are with your construction, contract, signing, selling skills. So if you want to learn more and see my up-to-date coaching courses, templates, tools, everything that you need to be successful as a contractor in your construction business, go to jesselane.com, and I'll see you in next week's video. Make sure to leave a like on this video. It really helps. Comment any questions that you have. Be sure to answer it or feature you in a future video, and I'll see you next week. Peace.